Greetings, Manic fans. Wes here today to bring you another episode of Play It Again Wes, the show where you make the requests and I play the songs. Now, today you might be wondering why I'm wearing this big black hat on, and I'm wearing it because today's request comes from the BigBlackHatMan. And he wanted to hear some Johnny Cash, and who could blame him? So, BigBlackHatMan, this song's for you. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3. He didn't leave much for Ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Well, I don't blame him that he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and made me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, and he got lots of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and then some guy laughing, I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard and my wits got keen, and I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. Well, I made me a vow to the moon and the stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that made me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. Well, he was big and thin and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between his eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking in the gouge in the mud, the blood, and the bear. Well, I tell you, I fought tough for men, but I really can't remember when. Kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him curse, and he went for his gun, but I pulled mine first, and he sat there staring at me, and then I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now. Wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spade in your eye. Cause I'm a son of a bitch that named you Sue." What could I do? What could I do? Well, I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, and I called him a pa and he called me a son, and I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time that I win. And if I ever have me a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George, any damn thing but Sue. I still hate that name.